controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them. Crises precipitate change.
Secretly plotting your demise. I want to devise a...
Hello everyone, Darko2012 here with Global Government News. And so what's the crisis now, right? There has to be a crisis, an imminent threat. And what is it? It's the male. And it is the violent male. And so we need to be tagged. It says men seen as likely to be violent towards their wives could be forced to wear an electronic tag under a law being debated by the French Parliament. And its title is Violent French Husbands May Be Tagged. This was posted on Thursday, 25th of February, 2010. The proposal enjoys support from women's groups. It says the tag would have to be worn by men who have received a court order to stay away from their partner. Seems kind of legit, right? The proposal is part of a draft law on conjugal violence. Sorry, I was going to say conjugal visits because that's what we always hear. Conjugal violence. It has cross-party support and is expected to pass easily. According to the government, around 160 women in France are murdered by their husbands or partners. So we need to make sure that this happens. This could possibly happen to every single couple out there, so we need to prepare, right? A good defense is a good offense. And I'm kind of curious as to what the number is for how many women kill their husbands. But it says here, Parliament is also considering outlawing psychological violence in the home. So mental abuse is what they're talking about, because it is seen by many as a precursor to physical violence. So now we're getting into kind of like thought crimes and whatnot. It is rare for the left and the right in France to agree on anything, says the BBC's Hugh Schofield. So the near unanimity in Parliament behind this law comes as something of a novelty. Everyone agrees that domestic violence is bad and getting worse. So, it says professionals nervous. According to the government's figures, 3 women are being killed by their partners every week, not including many who are driven to suicide. According to the proposed measures, men who have received court orders to stay away from their partners will wear an electronic bracelet, and if they break the order and approach police are alerted. Another key clause has caused rather more argument, at least outside Parliament, says our correspondent. This is the creation of a new crime of psychological violence in the home. The bill's supporters say it is important to recognize that actual violence against women is always preceded by psychological bullying. That too needs to be outlawed. But many lawyers and professionals in the field are nervous, our correspondent says. They say it will be impossible to say at that point verbal abuse, for instance, in an argument suddenly becomes a criminal offense. Critics argue that psychological violence clause is unlikely to make any practical improvement to the lives of women who suffer domestic violence. And so if you're a man who isn't able to provide for his family and you're getting ragged on by your woman, you better watch out, because they're going to tag you, and next will come the shock bracelets like they're trying to introduce here in the U.S. in the airports. And if you don't want them, hey, you must be for killing your wife. No, I'm just against these tags. No, you must be for beating and killing your wife and women. And just like the shock bracelets in the airports that they're trying to roll out, like the body scanners. Oh, you don't want body scanners? You don't want naked pictures of your children taken, or your body? And then you're not for, and then you don't want a little shock bracelet attached to you just to go fly on a plane and go on a business trip or go on vacation. Well, you must be a terrorist, or you must be promoting terrorism. What? You're not for terrorism, are you? So you see how that works, guys? And yeah, this will definitely pass, because it's just a tracker, right? So, definitely not surprised to see something like this. And that will pass. Not sure about the psychological crime, thought crimes, and trying to prove somebody had mental abuse, but I don't know what to say. I'm not married, so I can only say my opinion, which is get the hell out of the relationship. You know? Why would you stay in there if somebody's mentally abusing you? And the other thing I wanted to say is I mean, it just seems that everything is so disproportionate to the male. The male loses the kids as well, right? When you go to court. I'm not all manly or anything like that. Try to look at both sides here. But I mean, I'm curious to see how many women kill their husbands, right? Whether it's for cheating or whatever. But I'm curious as to how that goes and what that'll be. Because I know that there's women out there that will drive their men effing crazy. I've seen it. I watch it with friends and family. The women drive their men nuts. And so, this is a precedent, and this is why I'll cover it, because down the road, when everybody is used to seeing these people being tagged and the men feel less of men down the road, then you won't be surprised when you got a bunch of sissies running around. You can't speak their mind. And wait a minute, I better stop here because I guess I'm promoting domestic violence. I'm promoting beating your wife, so I guess I'll just stop here before before someone says that I'm for that. So, thank you.